I think for me, I just remember so vividly watching the TV show as a little girl. I lived in Portland, Maine, and my mom and I were just obsessed with this TV show, and we had just a little tiny television where you'd like switch the dial. I'm that old. No. I guess it was in the early 80s, you know, and I just remember really loving the TV show a lot, and really loving Bill Bixby, and just the idea of this man who is so kind and so, you know, desperately looking for a connection and friendship. And every time he gets to a new place and connects with someone and starts a life for himself, some situation arises where he becomes the Hulk. And it's always to rescue someone and be the hero, but he's often seen as villainized in some way and seen as the bad guy, so he has to choose to leave. And that shot of him walking down the road with his sort of backpack and the ultimate loner, you know, I really, really like that. These two people are real star-crossed lovers. They are two peas in a pod. They share so much in their hearts together, but also in their work together. I mean, she is a cellular biologist and he's a radiation biologist, and they're working together, and they just are the best of friends and share so much together. So the loss of that, along with an accident of some kind, was just very traumatic. So she, the point that he comes into her life, she's trying to recover from that, I guess, in some way still, and has vaguely moved on. And she thinks she sees a ghost. She hears a noise and she sort of looks up, and there in front of her is that, you know, that moment how when you're in love with someone, you know, you will go into a crowded room and you might see their face for a second because everywhere you turn you see them, but it's not actually them. So she has that moment, and then she goes to look for him and he's not there. But she knows in her gut that she did see him. She knows that she saw what she saw, and she's not crazy, so she goes to find him. It's that point where you've been living with the stress and the anxiety and the terror of the guilt of something you've done, and then you see someone that you know so well, and they're like, wait a minute, you're really, you know, making this all about, you know, like you're putting too much pressure on yourself. You're rewriting history. This isn't what happened, and we can do this. She's very calm and sort of matter of fact, and like, come on, there's a way around this. Let's try and do that. And they go off on this sort of great adventure together, which was, when I said I was grateful to him for writing that in the story, I just thought that was such a nice addition to this story that normally in these sort of action-y stories you have, or even sometimes in The Lord of the Rings, you know, you'd cut to me and I was waiting behind for my loved one, but, you know, and I was, you know, the female strength behind this man, but in this one I actually got to like be like, come on, get in this truck, here we go. And we went on this amazing adventure together, and you see how much they affected